Today we're going to cover pages 364 through 368 in chapter 16. We're also going to check our practice or review sheets for the midterm, which will be tomorrow. Remember that it's only posted from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So you must log on at that time. You cannot log on later than that because it won't be available. The office wants us to have the midterm at the same time as we would have it during class. So if you'll please open your books to page 364. And if you notice on exercise 15, this is a warm-up. Okay? And what do you notice about the subject-verb agreement in each pair of sentences? Okay? We're going to be using paired conjunctions, ladies and gentlemen. The paired conjunctions will be two conjunction words that are used together in a sentence. That's why we call them paired conjunctions. So if we look at number 1, letter A, either my brother or my sister is going to tutor me in science. Now if you notice, either or are the two paired conjunctions. Now look at the subject, sister. Sister is singular, so the verb is going to be singular. Look at B. Either my brother or my sisters are going to tutor me in science. Again, either or are your paired conjunctions. But look at the subject before the verb. Sisters is plural, so the verb is going to be plural. Look at number 2. Neither my brother nor my sister is a teacher. Neither nor is a paired conjunction. Look at the subject. Sister is singular, so the verb is going to be singular. In B, neither my brother nor my sisters are teachers. Neither nor, paired conjunction. Subject before the verb, sisters, so the verb plural, so the verb is going to be plural form. Number 3. Not only my brother, but also my sister has a doctorate in science. Not only, but also are your paired conjunctions. The verb, the subject sister is singular, so the verb is going to be singular. In B, not only my brother, but also my sisters have doctorates in science. Not only, but also, paired conjunction. Sisters is the subject before the verb. Sisters is plural, so the verb is plural. So if we look at chart 16.4, here we have paired conjunctions. Now these go in pairs. Both and, not only but also, either or, neither nor. So if we look at this, in example A, using both and, both my mother and my sister are here. Now you notice here, both and are your paired conjunctions. Sister is singular, but when you use both and, the verb is always going to be plural, always. The explanation, two subjects connected by the paired conjunctions both and take a plural verb. Okay? That's important right there. The plural verb with both and, always. Doesn't matter if the subject before the verb is singular or plural. The verb is always going to be plural for both and. Now, if we look at examples B through I. Not only my mother, but also my sister is here. Not only, but also is your paired conjunction. Sister is singular. The verb is singular. C. Not only my sister, but also my parents are here. Not only, but also is your paired conjunction. Parents is plural. The verb is going to be plural. Neither my mother nor my sister is here. Neither nor. Sister is singular. The verb is going to be singular. Neither my sister nor my parents are here. Parents, neither nor is your paired conjunction. Parents, subject before the verb. So here, parents are plural, the verb is going to be plural. The explanation. When two subjects are connected by not only but also, either or neither nor, the subject that is closer to the verb determines whether the verb is singular or plural. Not only but also is used for emphasis to indicate surprise. It should be used sparingly, meaning it's not too commonly used, okay? But also remember this part here, ladies and gentlemen, the part that they're talking about, okay? With the paired conjunctions not only but also, either or, neither nor, the subject that is closer to the verb determines if the verb is singular or plural. Remember that with both and, it always takes a plural verb, even if the subject is singular. But like in B, sister is singular, the verb is singular. In C, parents is plural, the verb is going to be plural. In D, sister is singular, the verb is singular. In E, parents, plural, the verb is plural. But you use them with not only, but also, either or, neither nor. The subject determines if the verb is going to be singular or plural. Okay? Now look at examples F through G. The research project will take both time and money. And Sue saw not only a fox in the woods, but also a bear. Letter H. I'll take either chemistry or physics next quarter. Letter I. That book is neither interesting nor accurate. So here, notice the parallel structure in the examples. The same grammatical form should follow each part of the paired conjunctions. In letter F, when you say the research project will take both time, time is a noun, and money, money is a noun. So here, the parallel structure is both plus noun and a noun. There's your both, there's your paired and parallel structure. In G, Sue saw not only a fox in the woods, but also a bear. Not only, but also, a fox is a noun, a bear is a noun. So here, not only plus a noun, but also plus a noun. In H, I'll take either chemistry or physics next quarter. Here we're using the paired conjunctions either or, so either plus a noun or plus a noun. Letter I. That book is neither interesting nor accurate. In here we're using the paired conjunctions neither nor, neither plus an adjective, interesting, nor plus an adjective, accurate. Paired conjunctions are usually used for emphasis. They draw attention to both parts of the parallel structure. And remember that parallel structure, you have to get, when you're connecting parallel structure in a sentence, you have to have the same part of speech. For example, in F, you could not have noun and verb, or in G, noun and adjective, or in E, noun and adverb. And in I, adjective nor adverb. They have to be the same. That's why we call it parallel structure. Now, look at exercise 16. Complete the sentences with either the singular verb is or the plural verb are. Now in number 1, both the teacher and the student are here, because we're using both and. Even though the subject before the verb is singular, we're going to make it plural. The verb is going to be plural because we're using both and. With the others, it determines, the subject determines if the verb is going to be singular or plural. Let's do number 2 together. Neither the teacher nor the student. Now ask yourself, what's the paired conjunction we're using? Neither nor. Look at the subject, the student. Singular or plural? Singular. So my answer is going to be neither the teacher nor the student is here. Number 3. Not only the teacher, but also the student. My paired conjunction, not only, but also. Now look at the subject before the verb, the student. Is that singular or plural? That's singular. So my answer is going to be is. So you're going to say not only the teacher, but the student is here. Let's look at number 4. Not only the teacher, but also the students. So here, our paired conjunctions, not only, but also. Look at the subject, students, singular or plural. So my response is going to be not only the teacher, but also the students are here, because the verb is going to be plural. Number 5. Either the students or the teacher blank planning to come. And here we're using the paired conjunctions either or. So you say either the students or the teacher. Teacher is the subject, singular, so the verb is going to be singular. So your answer, either the students or the teacher is planning to come. Number 6, either the teacher or the students. Again, paired conjunctions, either or. But look at the subject, students, singular or plural. It's plural, so my verb is going to be plural. Either the teacher or the students are planning to come. Number 7, both the students and the teachers blank planning to come. So here we're using paired conjunctions both and. Look at the subject, teachers, singular or plural? It's plural. So my verb is going to be plural. Both the students and the teachers are planning to come. Because remember, when we use both and as paired conjunctions, the verb is always plural. Number 8. Both the students and the teacher blank planning to come. So here, both and, your paired conjunction. Now look at the subject, the teacher, singular, right? But since we're using both and, my verb's still going to be plural. Both the students and the teacher are planning to come. Okay, if we look at exercise 17. In exercise 17 and exercise 18, we'll do these together. In the first part, it's in the news. On part 1, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to answer the questions with both and, the paired conjunction both and. And your first response is going to be affirmative, yes, for number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And then on part 2, and remember we're looking at parallel structure. Okay? On part 2, answer the questions with not only but also. And we're also going to start each response for number 5, 6, 7, and 8 with affirmative answer, yes. Okay? Now in exercise 18, this is at our apartment building. Answer the questions for part 1 with either or. And you're going to have numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you're going to start that with yes also for numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 for exercise 18. On part 2, exercise 18, answer the questions with neither nor. So neither nor indicates a negative statement. So You're going to start your answer for number 5, 6, 7, and 8 with no. So let's go back to exercise 17. For number 1, answer the questions both and. The homeless received food. Did they receive clothing? Affirmative, yes. The homeless received both food and clothing. So here both and are your paired conjunctions. Both noun, food, and noun, clothing. There's your parallel structure. Look at number 2. Passengers were injured in the bus accident. Was the driver injured in the accident? Start with affirmative. Yes. Now, look at the parallel structure. Start with both. Both passengers and the driver were injured in the bus accident. So that's your parallel structure. Yes. Both passengers, there's your noun, and there's your second part of the paired conjunction. The driver, there's your second noun, were injured in the bus accident. Remember, plural verb. Number 3. I know the government is increasing taxes. Is the government increasing spending too? Start with an affirmative answer. Yes. So here you're going to start with the government is increasing both taxes and spending too. Okay? Yes. The government is increasing taxes and spending. And again, both taxes and spending, there's your parallel structure. Number 4. The city suffers from air pollution. Does it suffer from water pollution? Go ahead and do that one. Remember, start with affirmative and use parallel structure. So here you're going to start with yes. The city suffers from both air pollution and water pollution. You don't have to repeat from. Yes, the city suffers from both air pollution and water pollution. So here, both air pollution and water pollution, there's your parallel structure. Part 2. If you look at number 5. Answer here, we're answering with not only but also, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5. I know crime is growing in the cities. Is crime growing in the suburbs? Yes. Crime is growing not only in the cities, but also in the suburbs. Here you're using location, not only in the cities, but also in the suburbs. And it's a prepositional phrase because in the cities has a noun, and then preposition in the suburbs. Suburb is a noun. Let's do number 6 together. I know our team lost its first game. Did it also lose its second game? Start with affirmative. Yes. Our team not only lost its first game, but also its second game. Again, yes, our team not only lost its first game, but also its second game. Okay, go ahead and do number 7 and number 8. Using not only but also, but all. Remember to use parallel structure. Okay, look at number 7. I know some tech companies need more workers. Do they need more office space too? Affirmative. Yes. Some tech companies need, yes. Some tech companies not only need more workers, but also more office space too. Again, yes, some tech companies need not only more workers, but also more office space too. And number 8, I know the city is building a freeway. Is it building a new subway too? So you start with yes. The city is building not only a new freeway, but also a new subway too. Yes, the city is building not only a new freeway, but also a new subway too. Not only, but also are followed by adjective and noun, modified noun. A new freeway, a new subway. Okay? There's your parallel structure. If we look at exercise 18, on part 1, this is at our apartment building. On part 1, answer the questions with either or. Okay? So if we look at this, number 1 is done for us. The manager has my package, or Mrs. Ramirez has my package. Is that right? So remember, we're using either or. So yes, either the manager, noun, or Mrs. Ramirez, noun, has your package. Let's do number 2 together. Jonas is going to take care of the neighbor's cat. Or William is going to take care of the neighbor's cat. Is that right? Affirmative? Yes. And then you're going to say either Jonas or William is going to take care of the neighbor's cat. Again, yes. Either Jonas or William is going to take care of the neighbor's cat. Go ahead and do number 3 and number 4. Remember to use either or, and remember to use parallel structure. So let's look at number 3. Your sister is driving Miss Androff to the airport, or your brother is driving her, right? So you start with affirmative. Yes. And then you're using either or as your paired conjunction. Either my sister or my brother is driving Miss Androff to the airport. Again, either, instead of your, my sister or my brother is driving Miss Androff to the airport. And then here we have either my sister, that's your noun, or my brother, there's your noun, that's your parallel structure. Number 4. We can use the front stairs or we can use the back stairs. Is that right? So again, affirmative, yes. We can use either the front stairs or the back stairs, period. Again, yes, we can use either the front stairs or the back stairs, period. Let's look at part 2. Part 2, ladies and gentlemen, it says answer the questions with neither nor. So our answers are not going to be affirmative. They're going to be negative. So number 5, 6, and 7, and 8, we're going to start with no. The mail carrier isn't friendly. Is she unfriendly? No. She is neither friendly nor unfriendly. Or, no, the mail carrier is neither friendly nor unfriendly. And here, you're looking at neither and then friendly nor unfriendly. Neither adjective nor adjective. Look at number 6. Let's do number 6 together. Her children don't speak English. Does her husband speak English? And remember, we're using neither nor. So here you start with no. Neither her children nor her husband speaks English. And you're using possessive nouns here. Neither her children nor her husband. That's parallel structure. Again, no, neither her children nor her husband speaks English. Speaks has to be in singular form because husband is singular and we're using neither nor. Number 7, go ahead and do number 7 and number 8 together. And we'll check in a minute. Okay, if we look at number 7, they don't have an air conditioner in their apartment. Do they have a fan? We're using neither nor. So you're going to start with no. They have neither an air conditioner nor a fan in their apartment. So here, no. They have neither an air conditioner nor a fan in their apartment. Neither is followed by a noun, an air conditioner. Nor is followed by a noun, a fan. There's your parallel structure. Number 8. The window washers weren't fast. Were they slow? So you're going to say no. The window washers were neither fast nor slow. Again, no. The window washers were neither fast nor slow. Neither with fast nor with slow. Neither nor, adjective plus adjective, fast and slow. Okay, we're not going to do exercise 19. Let's go over to exercise 20, please. On page 366. And here, ladies and gentlemen, it says, combine each pair of sentences into one new sentence with parallel structure. Use both and, either or, neither nor. If you look at number 1, that's already done for us. This is talking about going shopping at the mall. So in number 1, I do not have my credit card. I do not have cash. You notice that the sentence here is using not. So it's negative. So you say, okay, I'm going to use neither nor. So using parallel structure, I have neither my credit card, now, nor cash, now. Number 2, you can get some new shoes, you can get some shoes now, or you can look online more. So you start with, you're making a choice here. So you're going to use either or because you're making a choice. So you start with, you can either get some shoes now or look online more. So either get, verb, or look, verb. There's your parallel structure. Look at number 3. Rika enjoys shopping during sales. Bettina enjoys shopping during sales. So both of them enjoy shopping during sales. So you start with both Rika and Bettina enjoy, not enjoys, enjoys, it's plural, shopping during sales. Both Rika and Bettina enjoy shopping during sales. So go ahead and do numbers 4 through 11, And we're going to check that in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's look at number 4. Matt is not joining us. Taka is not joining us. So you're going to start with, since this is not negative, so you can start neither nor. Neither Matt nor Taka is joining us. Don't repeat, don't use not, okay? Neither Matt nor Taka is joining us. Number 5. Matt is sick. Taka is sick. So here, one person is sick, the other person is sick. So you start with both Matt and Taka are sick. Because you're using both and. The verb is going to be plural. Number 6. This store doesn't have the size I need. That store doesn't have the size I need. So here, you're going to start with neither this store nor that store has the size I need. Neither this store nor that store has the size I need. It's singular, not have, it's has. Because we're using neither nor and store is singular. Number 7. We can eat lunch here or we can look for other restaurants. So here we're making a selection, a choice. We can either eat lunch here or look for other restaurants. Again, we can either eat lunch here or look for other restaurants. It says either eat or look. Either verb or verb. Number 8. The manager was helpful. The assistant manager was helpful. So you start, both were helpful. So you're going to start with both the manager and the assistant manager were helpful. Since we're using both and, the verb's going to be plural, not singular. Both the manager and the assistant manager were helpful. Number 9. You need your receipt for a return, or you need your credit card. So here, you're going to use either or, because here we have or. You're going to start with, you need either your receipt or your credit card for a return. Again, you need either your receipt or your credit card for a return. Either or. Then you're using possessive nouns. Either your receipt or your credit card for parallel structure. Number 10. The stores close at 10 o'clock. The food court closes at 10 o'clock. So here you're looking at stores, 10 o'clock, food court, 10 o'clock. They're the same. So you say both the stores and the food court close at 10 o'clock. Plural verb. Both the stores and the food court close at 10 o'clock. And number 11. We can take the bus home or we can take the subway. So here, you're making a choice, a selection. We can take either the bus or the subway home. Again, we can take either the bus or the subway home. Okay, if you'll turn to page 367, ladies and gentlemen. Here it says, choose the correct completions. Then listen to the passage and check your answers. Do you know these words? Unreasoned means not logical, doesn't make sense. Tangle. Those of you who have long hair, in the morning when you wake up, perhaps your hair is tangled up. You can't really comb it, you have to brush it out, okay? Rabies is a virus that infects mammals, warm-blooded animals, including humans, okay? Pollinating is when, for example, if you have a flower garden and you see a bee going from one flower to the other flower to the other flower, that bee is pollinating your flowers. Overripe. Overripe is when you buy a fruit or a vegetable and you let it sit there for a long time and then it becomes mushy. For example, bananas. You go to the store, you buy bananas. They can be green or yellow. If you let them sit there for a week, they're going to turn black. That means they're overripe. Flourish means in abundance, to multiply. Okay? Train, not the choo-choo train, but you train a pet. You train a dog to sit, to stay. You train a cat to not jump on the sofa. Okay? So, we're going to choose the correct completions and then we're going to listen to the passage. So go ahead and read bats and choose the correct completions for numbers 1 through 8. Okay? And then we're going to check our answers. Sorry guys, all my neighbors have dogs, and when one person walks by in the neighborhood, they all start barking. All right, and remember, we're looking for a parallel structure. What do people in your country think of bats? Are they mean and scary creatures? Or are they symbols of both happiness and luck? Both happiness and luck. Adjective, both happiness and then luck. Both and. Number two. In Western countries, many people have an unreasoned fear of bats. According to scientist Dr. Sharon Horowitz, bats are not only harmless, but also beneficial. Okay? Mammals. When I was a child, I believed that a bat would attack me and tangle itself in my hair. So it's tangle, the first one right here, this one here. Now I know better, said Dr. Horowitz. Contrary to popular Western myths, bats do not attack humans. Okay, so attack, simple form. Although a few bats may have diseases, they are not major carriers of rabies or other frightening diseases. Bats help natural plant life by pollinating plants, spreading seeds, and eating insects. Because here you have parallel structure: pollinating, spreading, eating. If you get rid of bats that eat overripe fruit, then fruit flies can flourish and destroy the fruit industry. According to Dr. Horowitz, bats are both gentle and trainable pets. Not many people, however, own or train bats, and bats themselves prefer to avoid people. Let's look at exercise 22, please. On exercise 22, it has read the paragraph about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was the leader of the 1960s civil rights movement in the United States that sought to end segregation and racial discrimination against African Americans. In 1964, Dr. King became the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. He was assassinated in 1968, but his powerful and inspiring words live on. So, part 2. Underline the parallel structures that you find in these quotes from the speeches and writings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Discuss the ideas. Work in pairs, in small groups, or as a class. In this particular case, we're going to work, I guess, as a class, collectively, but mostly individually. So if we look at number 1, we're looking for parallel structure, okay? The hope of a secure and livable world lies with disciplined nonconformists who are dedicated to justice, peace, and brotherhood. We have several. Secure, livable. Justice, peace, brotherhood. There's our parallel structure. Number 2. Again, here we have several choices. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. So here, you would say comfort and convenience. There's one parallel structure. Challenge and controversy. There's your other parallel structure. Number 3. This is a very famous saying that it applies to everyone. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. In other words, you won't remember the hurtful words that your enemies said to you, but you'll remember that your friends did not support you in this difficult time. So, parallel structure here. The words of our enemies, the silence of our friends. Number 4 has several. Nonviolence is the answer to the crucial political and moral question of our time. The need for mankind to overcome oppression and violence without resorting to oppression and violence. Mankind must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. So here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to use, in the first line, political and moral. That's your first parallel structure. In the second line, oppression and violence. And again, oppression and violence. 2 times. In the third line, mankind must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects, here's your parallel structure, revenge, aggression, and retaliation. Again, revenge, aggression, retaliation. There's your parallel structure. Let's look at exercise 23. On exercise 23, you're going to correct the errors using mostly parallel structure, some punctuation also, and also forms of the verbs, whether they're in singular or plural form. Let's do numbers 1, 2, and 3 together. Slowly and being cautious, the firefighter climbed the burned staircase. So here, slowly, and we want parallel structure, cautiously, not being cautious, but slowly and cautiously with ly. The firefighter climbed the burned staircase. Look at number 2. Janice entered the room and looked around. She knew no one. So you say, okay, we have two independent clauses. No transition words, no conjunction words. So you're going to say, Janice entered the room and looked around, period. Capital S. She knew no one. Again, Janice entered the room and looked around, period. Capital S. She knew no one, period. One more. Derek made many promises, but he had no intention of keeping any of them. So here, this is a punctuation error. Derek made many promises, comma, because this is a conjunction, but he had no intention of keeping any of them. Again, Derek made many promises, comma, but he had no intention of keeping any of them. Go ahead and do numbers 4 through 10, and we will check in a few minutes. Okay, let's look at number 4. The pioneers hoped to clear away the forest and planting crops. So here, you say, here we have an infinitive, to clear, and then over here we have a present participle verb. So you're going to say, the pioneers hoped to clear away the forest and plant crops. No ing. The pioneers hoped to clear the forest, or to clear away the forest and plant crops. Number 5. When Nadia moved, she had to rent an apartment, make new friends, and to find a job. So here, when Nadia moved, she had to rent an apartment, make new friends, and find a job. To is not necessary here because we don't use it in the second part. We can use it at the beginning to rent. We're not using it here. So over here, the third part of the sequence, we don't use it. Number 6. All plants need light to have a suitable climate and an ample supply of water and minerals from the soil. So here, you're going to have all plants need light, comma, no to have. So you're going to have all plants need light, a suitable climate, no and, comma, also, but no and, an ample supply of water and minerals from the soil. Okay? So, all plants need light, comma, a suitable climate, comma, an ample supply of water and minerals from the soil. Number 7. Both the main earthquake and subsequent aftershocks was devastating to the town. So here we're using paired conjunctions, both and. So the verb is going to be plural, not singular. Both the main earthquake and subsequent aftershocks were devastating to the town. Number 8. With their sharp eyesight, fine hearing, and they have a strong sense of smell, wolves hunt mainly at night. So you're going to say, with their sharp eyesight, comma, fine hearing, comma, optional, and a strong sense of smell, comma, wolves hunt mainly at night. No, you don't, you omit, they have, okay, they have. Number 9. Not only speed, but also endurance determine a runner's success in a race. So here we're using not only, but also, and here, determine is the verb, but endurance is an abstract verb, an abstract noun. So it's, since it's abstract, we're going to use it as singular. So this verb has to be singular. Not only speed, but also endurance determines, with an S, a runner's success in a race. Number 10. The ancient Egyptians had good dentists. Archaeologists have found mummies that had gold fillings in their teeth. We don't have any transition words or any conjunctions to connect both independent clauses. So you're going to say, the ancient Egyptians had good dentists, period, capital A. Archaeologists have found mummies that had gold fillings in their teeth, period. So we're going to use a period after dentist, and then capitalize archaeologist. Okay, now I'm going to give you a minute to locate your level 6 grammar review for the midterm, chapters 12 through 14. Go ahead and get those out, please. You should have them filled out by now. I'm just going to go over the answers. Please stay with me. Remember that Thursday morning, midterm is from 8 to 10, not at any other time. Okay. So, here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read from my copy. How far is it? I don't know how far it is. We're changing each question into, in parentheses, into a noun clause. Number 2, what is that on the table? I don't know. Question word, what? Subject, that. Verb is, rest of sentence, on the table. What that is on the table, that's your noun clause. Remember the rule of 1, 2, 3. Question word, subject, verb. Or, well, all of these are going to be question words, okay? You can also say that, and then subject, and then verb, or if or whether, subject and verb. Number 3, how much did it cost? Ask her how much, subject, it, verb, cost. Number 4, what did he say? Question word, what? Subject, he, verb, said. is very interesting. Number 5, when are they leaving? Do you know, question word, when, subject they, verb, it's a progressive verb, are leaving. Do you know when they are leaving? Number 6, which road should we take? Can you tell us? Question word, which road, subject we, then should take. This is a little bit different. But here, can you tell us which road we should take? Don't say which road should we take, okay? No. Should comes in front of the main verb, take. Number 7, who called? Please tell me who called. Remember, if who is the subject in the question, it is, and it's also the subject in the noun clause, there is no change in your sentence structure for the noun clause. Number 8, same thing. What's happening? Do you know what's happening? Number 9, why do they work at night? Nobody knows why they work at night. Why is your question word, they is your subject, work is your verb, at night is the rest of the sentence. The next exercise, choose the correct completions. You're going to have multiple answers here, ladies and gentlemen. So we don't know whether it will snow, A. B, whether or not it will snow, that's also correct. C, whether it will snow or not, that's also correct. D, if it will snow, yes, that's correct. E, if or not it will snow, that's not correct because or not cannot follow if at the beginning of the noun clause, only at the end, like in example F. If it will snow or not, that's correct. Number 2, blank doesn't matter to me. The correct choices here are A and B. Whether or not it snows doesn't matter to me, or whether it snows or not doesn't matter to me. C is not correct because we cannot use does in a noun clause as an auxiliary. D is not correct because if or not it snows, that's not correct. Or not cannot follow if at the beginning of a noun clause. In E, if snows or not, no, because we need a subject. And F, if does it snow, that's incorrect, because does is not used in a noun clause. Number 3, I wonder blank. The correct answers here are B and E. I wonder whether she knows or not. I wonder if she knows or not. A is not correct because whether or not does she know, we cannot use does. C, whether does she know, that's not correct because again we cannot use does as an auxiliary verb. If does she know, we cannot use does after if. And F, if or not she does know, several errors here, a couple of them. If cannot be followed by or not, and you cannot use does as an auxiliary verb in the noun clause. So the only correct answers for number 3 are B and E. If you'll turn the page, complete each sentence in column A with a phrase from column B. Which person will be a better president? This is number 2. I don't know. A, who to vote for. Number 3, who can I get to repair the TV? Letter C, I don't know how to fix it. Number 4, should I get another job? I don't know, letter B, whether to look for one. Number 5, what's good to eat here? I don't know, letter E, what to order. Number 6, Is the airport nearby? I don't know. Letter G. How far it is from here. Number 7. What should it cost? I don't know. Letter H. How much to spend? And number 8. Do we need a lot of sandwiches for the party? I don't know. Letter F. How many to prepare? Now, in the next exercise, complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs. This is with reported speech. So obviously your verbs are going to change. Remember that if we have a verb in the present tense, it's going to be, the reported speech is going to be in the simple past. If we have it in the present progressive, in the reported speech, past progressive. If we have it in the simple past, you're going to have it either in the simple past or past perfect. Okay? So remember that from chart on chapter 12. I believe that is chart 12.7 on page 262. So, number 1, Tom said, I am busy. Tom said that he was busy. You take am, simple present, change it to was, simple past. Tom said, I need some help. Need is in the present. Tom said he needed some help. That's reported. Number 3, Tom said, I am having a good time. This is present progressive, so we're going to change it to past progressive. Tom said he was having a good time. Number 4, Tom said, I have finished my work, present perfect. Tom said that he had finished his work, past perfect. Number 5, Tom said, I finished it. Tom said that he had finished it, because the finished is in the simple past, so now we use past perfect. Had finished. Number 6, Tom said, stay here. Tom told me to stay here. The next exercise, change the quoted speech to reported speech again. Pay attention to whether the reporting verb is past or present. I asked Morgan, are you planning to enter law school? I asked Morgan, since this is a yes-no question, we can use if or whether. If or whether she was planning to enter law school. Number 2, Liam just asked me, what time does the movie begin? Now look at this. They just asked you. That's immediate reporting. So Liam wants to know what time the movie begins. It's immediate reporting because he just asked you. Number 3, Frank asked Carla, where have you been all afternoon? So Frank asked Carla where she had been all afternoon. Since we have where have you been, so this is present perfect, we change it to past perfect. Where she had been all afternoon. Number 4, Jaime just asked, what is Kim's native language? Now he just asked that, that's immediate reporting. Jaime wants to know what Kim's native language is. Since it's immediate reporting, so we keep it in the present. Number 5, I asked myself, am I doing the right thing? I wondered if or whether I was doing the right thing. If you'll turn to page 3, please. This is adjective clauses. In number 1, choose all the possible completions for each sentence. Yoko told me about a student, blank has taken the entrance exam 13 times. Now if you look at the blank, it's followed by a present perfect verb. So you say, okay, since this is a verb, we're going to use subject pronouns only. Yoko told me about a student, letter A, who, and letter D, that, has taken the entrance exams 13 times. Look at number 2. Is this the room blank the meeting is going to be? Here we're talking about a place. So my only choice is where. Okay? You say, well, wait a minute, why can't I use which or that? Because if you use which, you need a preposition. Is this the room which the meeting is going to be at? Okay? And the same with letter C. So the only correct answer for number 2 is where, because it's a place, location. Number 4. I'll never forget the day blank I met Bobby. So you see the blank, it's followed by an object pronoun. So you say, okay, I'll never forget the day, letter A, nothing, I met Bobby. Letter B, I'll never forget the day that I met Bobby. Number C, I'll never forget the day when I met Bobby. Okay. Number 5, we're looking for a teacher, blank specialty is teaching dyslexic students. In this particular case, we're looking for a teacher whose specialty is teaching dyslexic students. This is a possessive noun. So we have to say whose specialty, the teacher's specialty. Number 6, I'm looking for an electric can opener. Blank can also sharpen knives. My choices, since we're talking about a can opener, which or that. Not nothing. Only B and C. Number 7. The problems blank Tony has seem insurmountable. So here, Tony is an object pronoun. So you say, okay, my choices are that and nothing, C and D, because you're talking about the problems. You cannot use whom. Whom is for people. So only C and D. Number 8. People blank live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Talking about people. And then live is a verb. So you say, okay, this is going to be subject. Letter A, who. You cannot use B because that would be object. You cannot use C because you cannot use C with people. And you cannot use D because it's subject, not object. The next exercise. Check all the correct meanings for each sentence. The secretary that trained my office assistant was arrested for ID theft. So, letter B, a secretary trained my office assistant. That's correct. And letter C, a secretary was arrested for ID theft. So for number 1, B and C. Number 2, the nurse who gave the patient her medication was unusually talkative. Letter A, the nurse was unusually talkative. And letter C, the patient received medication. So A and C for number 2. Number 3, the taxi driver who turned in a lost wallet to the police received a large reward. The only choice here is letter C. The taxi driver received a reward. Number 4, the math teachers whose methods include memorization and a focus on basic skills is very popular with parents. Letter A, the parents like the math teacher. And letter C, the math teacher requires memorization. So for number 4, A and C. Number 5, the computer that couldn't read your files had a virus. Letter A, the computer couldn't read your the computer couldn't read your files, excuse me, I'm sorry. That's correct. And letter B, the computer had a virus. So the only correct answers for number 5 are A and B. If you'll turn to page 4. A friend of mine whose husband is a firefighter accidentally started a fire in their kitchen. The only correct answer here is letter B. My friend started a fire. A friend is not a firefighter, and the firefighter didn't start the kitchen, so only B. My friend started a fire. Number 7. The surgeon who operated on my mother is undergoing surgery today. Letter A, the surgeon is having surgery today. And letter C, my mother already had surgery. So for number 7, only A and C. If the next exercise, add a comma to the adjective clauses that need one. Some adjective clauses do not require commas. Remember, if it's additional or extra information, we use commas. So number 1, I made an appointment with a doctor who is an expert on eye disorders. No commas. Number 2, I made an appointment with Dr. Raven, comma, who is an expert on eye disorders. That's additional information, so we use a comma after Dr. Raven. Number 3, Bogota, comma, which is the capital of Colombia, comma, is a cosmopolitan city. So here, which is the capital of Colombia, the adjective clause is additional or extra information, so we use commas. Bogota, comma, which is the capital of Colombia, comma, is a cosmopolitan city. Number 4, the city that is the capital of Colombia is a large cosmopolitan city. No commas are necessary. We already have one after large, that stays. Number 5, South Beach, comma, which is clean, comma, pleasant, and fun, comma, is known as a party town. So here, which is clean, pleasant, and fun, that's additional information. So you could say South Beach is known as a party town. But additional or extra information, South Beach, comma, which is clean, pleasant, and fun, comma, is known as a party town. That adjective clause is additional or extra information. Number 6, the person who writes the best essay will win a prize. Here, no commas, because we need that adjective clause. Number 7, the first prize was given to Miranda Jones, comma, who wrote a touching essay about being an adopted child. So, who wrote a touching essay about being an adopted child is extra or additional information, so we use a comma after Miranda Jones. And number 8, on our trip to Africa, we visited Nairobi, comma, which is near several fascinating game reserves, comma, and then traveled to Egypt to see the pyramids. So, which is near several fascinating game reserves, that's extra or additional information. So we use a comma after Nairobi and a comma after reserves. All right. The next one, ladies and gentlemen. This is chapter 14, using gerunds and infinitives. Number 1, William wants to join us for dinner tonight. Letter A. Number 2, we offered to buy ice cream for all the kids. Letter A again. Wants and offered are followed by infinitives. Number 3, I enjoy cooking large dishes of Indian food for my friends. Enjoy is followed by gerund. Number 4, avoid taking Highway 98. There's a lot of construction going on. Avoid is followed by a gerund. Number 5, keep on trying. Sooner or later, you'll be able to finish the puzzle. Trying is a gerund. It follows keep on. Number 6, would you mind blank up the heat? It's freezing in here. Okay. Here, mind is followed by a gerund. So, would you mind turning up the heat? Number 7, I pretended to understand what Irv was saying, but in reality, I didn't understand a thing. Pretend is followed by infinitive. To understand. Number 8, Phil seems blank in a bad mood. Do you know why? Phil seems to be in a bad mood. Seems is followed by infinitive. Number 8, you should consider dropping this course. It's too hard for you. Consider is the verb followed by a gerund dropping. Number 10, because of the stormy weather, everyone was allowed blank work early. So allowed is followed by infinitive, to leave. Number 11, I'm sorry. Students are not permitted blank their phones in class. And here permit is followed by the infinitive, to use. And number 12, if you quit blank coffee, you might sleep better. So here, quit is followed by gerund. If you quit drinking coffee, you might sleep better. Page 5. Circle the correct completions. Number 1, John doesn't mind living alone. Number 2, the traffic sign warns drivers to be careful on the slippery road. Number 3, travelers are required to show their IDs at the gate. Number 4, don't delay making your reservations. Book your travel now. Number 5, we expect the plane to be on time. And number 6, I certainly appreciate being here. Thank you for inviting me. The next exercise on page 5, choose the correct completions. In some sentences, both are correct. It depends on the verb, with a difference in meaning or no difference in meaning. Okay? Remember Group A and Group B in that particular chapter? That is on chart 14.5 on page 311. It was raining hard, but we continued to drive. It was raining hard, but we continued driving. Both are correct. Number 2. Okay? In this particular case, the veterinarian tried to save the horse's life, but he failed. Here he made an effort. So we're only going to use to save, the infinitive. When you use try, when you try where you're making an effort, you use the infinitive. If you use try plus a gerund, that means you're trying or experimenting with new or different approaches. Number 3, as soon as the play ended, the audience began to applaud wildly, and as soon as the play ended, the audience began applauding wildly. Number 4, I prefer to rent a movie rather than to see one in the theater, and I prefer renting a movie rather than see one in the theater. Both, because prefer is followed by both gerunds and infinitives. The same as number 5, I'm sorry. I prefer to see movies at home. I prefer seeing movies at home. Gerund and infinitive with prefer. Number 6, I hate blank in the house when the weather is beautiful. I hate to stay in the house. I hate staying in the house. Hate is followed by both gerund and infinitive with no difference in meaning. Number 7, I love blank on the beach. I love to walk on the beach. I love walking on the beach. Both. Love is followed by both gerund and infinitive with no difference in meaning. Number 8, most people enjoy listening to music. Enjoy is followed by gerund only. Number 9, when you finish shopping, call me and I'll come and pick you up. Finish is followed by gerund. Letter B only. The last exercise. Choose the correct completions. We are talking about, letter B, opening a vegetarian restaurant in our neighborhood. Number 2, don't worry about being on time today. Everybody's going to be late because of the weather. Number 3, aren't you tired of studying? Let's take a break. Number 4, Beth is a chocoholic. Nothing can stop her from eating chocolate whenever she feels like it. Number 5, we are looking forward to seeing you again. Number 6, let's go dancing instead of going to the movies. Number 7, Andy is still angry at me. He accused me of breaking his phone. Number 8, he blames me for being too careless. And number 9, I apologized for losing it and I offered to replace it. Whew. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes Wednesday's lesson. Once again, another reminder, don't forget that Thursday morning, the midterm exam will only be on or available to you from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It will not be available to you after 10 a.m. So please make sure that you log on. Imagine that you are back in class with us. So you need to be there from 8 to 11. I'm sorry, from 8 to 10, not 8 to 11. Okay? Thank you. Good luck.